What are you doing here, Smith?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was waiting for an officer, but don't let me keep you, Vera. I think I'll wait for one who's almost human.
You like the corridors so much, I could quite easily have you scrub them.
I want to see the governor. It's private.
You have your privacy one day a month, Smith, and I'll decide if you can see the governor or not.
You really must get your goat, Vera, knowing we're allowed to see our friends and families for a couple of hours in privacy without you perving on us and not even be able to read our mail anymore.
I have my ways of knowing what's going on, Smith. For instance, I had a very interesting chat with Debbie Pierce this afternoon. I was under the impression she looked up to you. Strange how attitudes change, wouldn't you say? But there again, it's one thing to admire toughness in here, but another to think that her father might be getting involved. You're not even good enough for an ex-crim in her eyes.
I think I'll wait in the laundry with her some fresh air.
She's going to make sure he doesn't visit you again. And she's got a week to do it.
I'm Marion Pierce. Mrs. Marion Pierce.
Ken's told me a lot about you.
I doubt that. But my daughter's told me a lot about you.
Is that what brought you out of the woodwork?
I've come for the wedding. It's going to be a family affair.
You never thought about your family when you left your husband stewing inside on his own all those years.
Just because you've got a prison sentence in common doesn't mean you understand a man like Ken. If you did, you'd realize how loyal he is.
Why have you come here, Mrs. Pierce? You don't care about Ken, his work, how he thinks or feels or anything else.
And you do.
Your husband could have come out of jail with a chip on his shoulder a mile wide. A wife who never went near him, who kept his kid away from him. Not to mention a little thing like what being inside does to you. But he didn't. Instead, he's trying to help people in the same boat he was in. And I respect that. And I intend to help him in his work as much as I can. He needed you years ago. He doesn't need you anymore.
Perhaps.
I had to come to a decision last night, Bea. It wasn't easy because it means letting down someone that I care about. I won't be working here anymore. What you were saying about the right person, holding on no matter what you've got to do, Marion and I are going to give it another go. It's a gamble. We both know we'll have to work at it. There's got to be give and take on both sides. Marion's going to try and accept my job, and I said I'd slow down a bit. Which means that I'll just be doing my regular work. Oh, hell, Bea, if it was anyone else but you. I don't want you to feel I'm letting you down.
I can do anything I put my mind to. I'm strong, remember?
I wouldn't mind betting you had something to do with this. Now, I don't know what you said to Marion, but it seems as though you've got our whole family back together again.
Oh, little old matchmaker me, that's all.
I couldn't repay you if I spent a lifetime trying. Look, if ever you need anything, or a friend, just because I won't be working here doesn't mean that I won't keep in touch.
I'm sure the governor will be very interested in this.
She already knows, Miss Bennett. I won't be advising here anymore.
All the more reason why you should be supervised. I suggest you leave. Now.
I haven't finished speaking to Bea yet.
Oh, that's all right. I think you said it all. Be happy, huh?
Please understand.
Yeah, sure. The funny thing is, it seems to be me that has the difficulty of making people understand.
My God, Bea, I'm sorry.
Old Bennett said Ken's not coming back no more. Is that true? What happened, love?
Leave me alone, Lizzie. Oh, hell. I never even kissed the man. How can I be in love with him?
Now, the department has bent over backwards to give you extra privileges.
Extra privileges like spot chicks any hour of the day or night. Oh, we really think that's a privilege, don't we, girls?
All right, that's enough.
Ooh! All right, quiet down, girls. The reinforcements have arrived. What's the matter, Mrs. Powell? Couldn't you handle the situation on your own?
I'll give you one last chance to go back to your cells.
No way. We've been locked in there long enough. We may as well stay here because we've got nothing to lose anyway. Yeah.
All right, Mr. Fletcher. Escort them back to their cells. If they won't go, carry them.
Oh!
Right, man. Get out. Right, get them out of here. Come on,
All right, Smith, up. Move! What? You've been causing a bit too much trouble. We're sending you on a nice holiday to the country, to Barnhurst.
Bea! Oh, Bea! Bea! Bea!
Are you all right?
Oh, it's not me, Jude. It's Bea.
What's the matter with her?
That bloody well Shanghai. She's gone, Jude.
Breakfast, Smith.
Breakfast? Good, it must be nearly lunchtime.
We thought you'd like a sleep in after your midnight trip. Come on, Frida. You'll have plenty of time to meet the infamous B. Smith later.
What's with her?
Evidently, your reputation has arrived ahead of you. Some people are impressed by that. I'm not.
Fair enough. Is this it, or do I get out of here?
Well, think about it.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Mrs. Roberts.
Mrs. Roberts, you wouldn't happen to have a match by any chance, would you?
Smoking's a health hazard, you know.
Yeah, well, I like to live dangerously.
Is that so? That's a habit we discourage here at Barnhurst.
Oh, no. Another bloody Vera.
Hi, I'm Frida. I brought you breakfast.
Yeah, I remember.
Gee, we've heard a lot about you.
Can't say I see anyone I recognise.
Mary wants to talk to you.
Mari Winters, she's still here. Okay, take me to your leader.
Righto, you lot.
G'day, Bea.
G'day, Murray. How's tricks?
Oh, much the same. How's things at Wentworth these days?
Oh, Davo's been doing a good Samaritan bit, and the screws are coming the heavy.
Oh, vinegar tips, I suppose.
Yeah, and pal. Anyway, the women decided to jack up, and I was the bunny who copped it.
So here you are.
Yep.
Life's tough at the top, Bea.
Yeah, well, you'd know, Murray.
Yeah. And I mean to keep it that way.
It's fine with me, love. I'm going to enjoy my rest.
I know just what you mean. You got any fags?
No, I'm still waiting for my stuff to arrive from Wentworth.
Like Frida.
Tyler.
How disappointing. The way Wentworth painted her, I thought she'd have come out fighting from the word go.
But it's an easy enough place to live as long as you get along with Mary.
If you don't?
She'll stick Janie and her mates onto you.
Janie, eh? Because, well, Mary and I get along then, isn't it?
Smith?
Yeah?
You'll be moving in with an old friend of yours after work, Tracy Morris.
Thanks, Mrs. Roberts.
You know Tracy, eh?
Yeah.
Nice kid. She's out with a working party today.
What working party?
Well, a load of the fellas from the men's complex go out on the road to work, you see. A couple of women go along to make their lunch.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, good work it is, too. Oh, she'll be a great old night when Tracy gets back.
Why's that?
The men collect magic mushrooms while they're out. And the women smuggle them back in the food containers. Hey, it should be a good haul, too, after the rain. Oh, everyone will be high as kites tonight. You wait and see.
Yeah. I'll wait.
Good day, Tracy.
Yeah, terrific. It's a second pot.
Frida, give Tracy a hand with those pots, will you?
No worries, Mary. Friend of yours is here, Trace.
Hello, Tracy. I see you're up to your old tricks again.
Smith, your things have arrived from Wentworth. Come and collect them. Morris, you come too. Smith will be sharing your cell.
That one yours?
Yes, but you can have it if you like.
Just testing. Those bludgers are pinched for cigarettes. Just as well I don't trust anyone, isn't it?
You know about the mushrooms, don't you?
Yep.
Well, they're not really drugs, Bea.
Aren't they? It's news to me. Maybe you should tell me about them.
So you can get stoned on them. But I wasn't selling them. I wasn't trafficking or anything.
They cause hallucinations, don't they?
I don't know.
Like LSD?
I'm not into that.
Yeah, well, my daughter was. Experimenting, she called it.
Bea, I had to bring them in. They would have bashed me if I hadn't. And they would have got them in some other way. You're not going to try and stop them, are you? You'll be taking on Janie and Marie, the whole lot of them.
I'm not going to do anything about anything. Yet.
She's dangerous, Bea. She broke a woman's nose last month.
So what do you want me to do? Run away?
Just go along with her for the sake of peace.
Look, I have met a lot of Janies in my time, and I'll meet a lot more before my time's up, too. I'll deal with them in my own way.
Is that right now? I've heard a lot about tough Bea Smith.
Well, Tracy, where are your manners? Go and ask the maid to bring in some tea for our guests. Go on, run along. I'll entertain our visitors while you're gone.
Running errands for Bea Smith, are you, Tracy? Well, you better tell the maid to bring a first aid kit. In the meantime, I think you and I'll have a little chat about mushrooms. The difference between Barnhurst and Wentworth is that here the screws don't run the place at all. We do. And for women like a little something to pass the time. Makes life a little less boring. It's hard to get grass or pills or stuff like that. Not like in the city. Are you listening to me, you fat cow?
Are you talking to me, love? Right! Now I've sat and I've listened to you. Now you hear me. I don't care what the rest of you bitches do in this funny farm. I just want my own space. Get it? And don't try telling me what to do. Because you haven't got what it takes! Well, I hope for your sake I have.
You think you'll stay with us for a while then, do you?
Yep. If I'm left alone, I might just enjoy retiring from the scene as a heavy.
But do you think you could be content not being top dog?
Of course I could. Always liked the country. Yeah, I reckon this might be just the place for me to serve out the rest of my sentence. No fuss, no worries.
That's if you're allowed to.
Why shouldn't I be?
Well, what about Janie and her heavies? Don't they bother you?
They've learned I can give out better than I can take. They won't try that again in a hurry. And Mari and I see eye to eye.
You think it could be all right then?
Yep. I reckon I could really cop it sweet here. I got no complaints. And it'll give me a chance to forget all those years at Wentworth. Well, it's just the way I like them. I was right. I am going to enjoy myself here.
Still reckon she could throw a spanner in the works. We don't want nothing to stop the mushies from coming in.
No, we sure as hell don't. Nah, I reckon she'll be right.
Be best to make sure, though, wouldn't it? Why don't we do like I suggested? Be sure to change the way she sees things.
Hey, Tracy! Come over here, I want to talk to you. I've got a little job for you. It's about your mate from Wentworth. You, reckon that's as good as the muck they serve up at Wentworth?
Well, it couldn't be any worse, I'm here to tell you that.
It's pretty awful, Bea. I wouldn't eat it if I were you.
Why aren't you going to be kidding? It's obviously all I'm going to get. Besides, I'm starving. Come on, give. Ta.
This'll change the way she thinks about mushies, eh?
She'll go as high as a kite. Oh, she'll be begging us for her next. Why don't you just relax and enjoy it? It's really great.
Well, what have you done?
She used to. You really love it. Oh, you better grab the stupid fish. Just give in to it, Bea. You're making it rough on yourself.
Give them much time. You'll see how terrific they are. Like everything seemed really great.
Bitches! A lot of you. Sweet like it. My hands on you.
They doped me. They put something in my soup.
Didn't think you'd be a lagger, Smith.
I don't give a damn about lagging. Not when it comes to drugs. They put something in my soup, I tell you.
That'd be the mushies. Oh, we're not stupid in this place, you know. We're well aware the work parties bring back a type of mushroom, causes hallucinations.
Then why don't you do something about it?
Why should we? Does no harm, keeps the women happy. And that's what we want. A harmonious prison. At all costs.
Now, just keep calm, Bea. There's nothing for you to get angry about.
After what you did to me?
It was for your own good. We just wanted you to see that the mushies could really be a lot of fun. Then you went and spoiled it all by getting mad. Maybe next time you'll get to enjoy it.
Next time? Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe next time I should just relax and enjoy it. Could probably be a real hoot.
Well, I'm glad you see things our way. I just wanted to make sure there was no hard feelings.
Yeah. Look, I just want to say, there are plenty of hard feelings. I told you I wanted to be alone, and I meant it. Now, giving me those mushrooms was the stupidest thing you ever did. Maybe I will be forced to take over this place, and maybe I should just finish you off properly.
Enough, Smith, let go of her. I warned you about making trouble, Smith.
I'll get you for this, you bitch!
It's her you should be locking up, not me. She drugged me, and I was just showing her she can't treat me like that.
You should have tried to fit in with the other women, Smith. You're going to find that no one at Barnhurst likes a stirrer. You're in for a hard time from both them and us until you learn to go along with the way we do things here.
Yeah, well, I'll never learn that, and I can handle a lot of them. I'm going to change a few things around here.
From in here? And this is where you'll be spending your time until you change your tune. Your type is of no use to us here, so we're going to get rid of you. We're sending you back to Wentworth.
When?
Right now. There's a van waiting for you. You can cause all the trouble you like in Wentworth. Won't worry us at all.
Yeah, well, there are a few bitches here I won't forget. And I'll show them one day they can't drug B. Smith and get away with it.
Won't be much chance of that. You'll never be back here. We wouldn't have you. Now get your things.
Oh, they're sending that stupid bitch back where she belongs.
Good riddance to bad rubbish.
Sorry about what happened. They made me do it.
Get lost, you stupid dope pusher. If I ever get my hands on you, you'll be sorry you ever saw those mushrooms.
You can stop threatening people, Smith. Get her out of here.
Yeah, go on, you silly old
Go on. You should have stuck with us, Smith. You didn't have a good thing when you was onto it.
Yeah, you'll be sorry when you get back to Wentworth. Could have had the easy life here.
I don't know. Where is this?
We're about 5 kilometres from Calmio. Don't you know where you are? Well, where's your car? You do have a car, don't you? Well, how did you get here?
I don't know. What time is it?
Must be about 5:30.
Oh!
Look, you're obviously not well. Let me take you to a doctor.
No, no. Please, you've got to help me get back.
Back? Back where, love? Where'd you live?
76 Watt Street, Surrey Hills.
All right. Come on. I can go back that way.
I've got to get home to my husband and my daughter. They'll be worried about me.
Of course. Just the one child, have you?
Yes. She'll be wondering where I am. She'll be wondering why I'm so late. Her name's Debbie.
Come on, Sue. Let me get in the back. In the back.
Funny, isn't it?
What is?
I've got no idea how I got here.
There we are. Sure you're okay?
This'll be fine, thanks.
I still think you ought to see a doctor.
I will, as soon as I see Debbie's okay. You've been a great help. I can't thank you enough.
No need to. You just take care of yourself.
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
Bye.
Want something?
Who are you?
I live here, if it's any of your business.
No, you don't. This is my house. I live here with my husband and my daughter, Debbie. What have you done with Debbie?
I don't know any Debbie, and I don't know you, and if you don't get the hell out of here, I'm going to call the police.
No, please, look, you've got me wrong. This is my house.
Oh, here, I think you'd better sit down. You don't live here, love, whoever you are. You've got the wrong house.
But I do.
Look, I've lived here for over 2 years. Me, my husband, and my 2 kids. Well, can I get you anything? A glass of water, perhaps?
Excuse me.
Yes.
Could you direct me to Palmer Street?
Palmer Street. Which Palmer Street? Canterbury?
Yes, I think so.
You on foot or in a car, madam?
On foot.
It's a fair hike from here. You go straight down that road there till you get the next set of lights. Turn left, go up 3 streets, turn right. That's Palmer Street.
just going to stand there with your mouth open.
There must be somebody else who lives here, please.
Only me and me old budgie, missus.
But it's the right number, number 5.
Look, lady, I don't know what you're on about. There must be thousands of flats and houses here with number 5.
But I know this is the right place, it's the right street. She lives here, she must.
She? Who's she?
Mum.
Your mother?
No. No.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, missus, but I can't help you. Look, I live here on my own, and my mother's been dead this 30 year or more.
She used to live here.
Who, this mum?
Yes.
Ah, well, used to be. How long since you were last here?
I don't know.
Yeah, look, I've been here over a year now, and the last occupant was a Mrs. Brooks, I think. She be your mum?
Yes, yes, I think so.
Hang on a tick. Left a forward address here somewhere. Yeah, went off to live with a daughter or granddaughter or something, somewhere near here. Ah, yeah. Here you go. It's a fair way.
Thanks.
Hope it's who you're looking for.
See Mrs. Brooks.
Keep it down in there, you lot. Sorry about that. I've got a couple of the neighbourhood kids here. Now, what were you saying?
Mrs. Brooks. Could I say Mrs. Brooks, please?
No one here by that. Oh, hang on. I think that's Mrs. Watkins' mum. Look, I'm sorry. She doesn't live here anymore. Moved out some months ago.
I've been walking miles looking for her. Look, could I just come down and sit down for a minute? I just need to rest for a second.
Well, I don't know. I'm only the babysitter here.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Well, if you could just give me Mrs. Brooks' address, I wouldn't bother you anymore.
Hang on a tick. That's Mrs. Watkins' mother's address.
Thanks.
I hope I won't get into trouble for having given it to you.
No, it'll be all right. Don't worry. It'll be all right.
I'm sorry. I'm just exhausted.
Yes, well, now you sit there. And I'll get us a nice cup of tea.
You know me.
Bea? What's happened? Now, come on. You can tell me.
I don't know. I went to find Debbie, but she wasn't at home. There was a woman there, a strange woman in my house, and she wouldn't tell me what she'd done with Debbie. Please, can you help me find Debbie, please? Can you help me find her?
There, love. There. Bea? Bea, have you escaped?
Escaped?
Never mind. I think we'll get you cleaned up and into bed. We can talk about it in the morning.
Can't we find Debbie first?
No, don't think about that just now, love. Come on. Come on. Oh, poor love. You're exhausted. Now, come on. Get some rest. We'll talk about it in the morning.
I can't remember anything.
Now, look, you were sent to Barnhurst. Why, I don't know. Then they decided to send you back to Wentworth. You were in a prison van.
No, I don't know anything about Barnhurst or Wentworth.
I'm not a criminal. How and where do you think we met?
I don't know.
We met in Wentworth. I was there too.
No, no.
Yes, Bee, yes. And you still have other friends in Wentworth. Lizzie and Doreen. You must remember them. And you also made some enemies. Frankie Doyle. Do you remember Frankie?
No, I don't remember. Look, I'm not what you're saying I am. I'm not what they think I am. I just want to find my daughter. I want to find Debbie. You said you'd help me find her.
All right, dear. Now, come on. Rest now. We'll talk again later.
I just want to find
There's no
Debbie.
rest. Rest.
Oh.
Rest.
Shh.
Likely to use further force in order to avoid arrest. Meanwhile, a spokesman for St. Vincent's Hospital has said that the prison officer injured in the crash is still in a coma, though her condition is stable.
Oh, you're awake. Well, lunch is nearly ready.
Look, don't bother on my account.
Oh, it's no bother. Where are you going?
I can't stay here longer. I've got to go and find Debbie.
No, but you can't do that.
And you're going to stop me?
Bee, Debbie is dead. Debbie is dead.
You're lying. You're lying.
Now, why would I do that?
This is not true.
Oh, Bee, come on. Now, sit down. Listen to me, Bee. I'm going to get help. Do you hear me?
Please, it's not
Please,
true.
you stay there. I'll be back soon, but I'll bring help. You wait there.